Hi and welcome. I'm George Williams, founder and CEO of ReliabilityX, and today we are excited to have with us Kevin Price from HxGN EAM and Larry Spring from DigitalThinker. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, George. Welcome. Hello again, Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great, doing great. Big things cooking.
Always.
Hey, Kevin, why don't you talk to us a little bit about who Hexagon is?
It's a great question. So Hexagon is the new owner of EAM. It was an acquisition for them of the Infor EAM portfolio of products, including not only the software, but the customer base, the people, and everything. They bought the whole kit and caboodle. So coming over is going to be very interesting for the market as well as our customer bases, of course, because when you look at their portfolio, they do a tremendous amount of things. They tend to take a look at a lot of how the world works and designing it in a way that they can understand its condition. They can put a digital twin of that particular world, and then they can infer things through computer programming and through different applications that they have. And what better way to do that in an asset management framework than acquiring a solution like EAM? So we're very excited to be here. We've been here now just over a year, and we've already made some tremendous strides in what we've done in the application. Looking forward to what we can do in the next year.
Awesome. That is a perfect match, right? I mean, you guys have a complete suite of how to help people improve their plant, their manufacturing, their facilities organization. It's all in one place.
You bet. And we can build it off in a total amount of different ways. We can be able to continue the development work that we were doing in evolving EAM to asset performance. We can do integrations to their designs. We can be able to do a lot more around those sophisticated tools that they've been known for their entire lives.
Awesome. Larry, talk to me a little bit about what this meant for the users and the community of EAM users.
So for the partner service providers and for the users themselves of EAM, it was a bit of unsurety. It felt a little quicksandy, what's going to happen with the product, all those things. And, who is Hexagon? Nobody really knew who Hexagon. It was one of the biggest companies that you never heard of. There's a few of those out there. Thankfully, though, with DigitalThinker being a channel partner and we have direct communications with Kevin, Hexagon and its leadership, and we have seen their product stack, and we see, I'm going to echo what Kevin said, the EAM is such a natural fit and could almost be considered the hub to, with a hub and spoke and wheel, where EAM is the core hub of a solution. It just fits naturally, and it fills a gap that was necessary for Hexagon from our perspective. And then with the objectives and goals that Hexagon has, one of those is to let's get EAM and let's reinforce confidence. So we are proud to announce, and what is over George's shoulder there is the EAM user conference that we see there. And I think I may or may not be sharing my screen. And this is it in detail, where we see that we are very proud to take the product home. We want to, imply confidence in the product. Folks, associate Greenville, South Carolina as the home of the product because it was for 20-something years, I believe. We are going to bring DigitalThinker. We're actually inviting the other Hexagon channel partners as well. This is a little bit unusual, but it's great because we know that we're stronger together. We have a great network. Hexagon is supporting this to move and show folks and bring them in. What the goal is to start bringing the users not only together to build confidence that this product is here to stay and that you can still continue to grow into the product, because it is always a maintenance journey, and it's also a journey with growth in the product. And where we found extreme value we want to start this cycle, this very simple cycle of educate, facilitate, and then digest information. And then continue on that loop. And what a critical role in that it was George Williams and ReliabilityX and the services that he brings, the knowledge and experience that he brings to that type of party and to the EAM user community, who don't necessarily have a reliability engineer on staff. They're a bit of a unicorn to many companies, and a lot of them don't know where to start, how to start, where, and even even to ask where to ask. So we feel that bringing George into that community is a great direction to go, and to get them moving in the right direction. So George, if you want to go ahead and tell the folks about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Founder CEO of ReliabilityX. ReliabilityX is a service provider that helps. Let's see, the best way to articulate this. They utilize tools like EAM to be able to gain the knowledge to see where to improve. In order to see the adoption, though, we have to be able to evolve the culture to a point of understanding why the data going in is so critical. And so if we try to implement things faster than we can evolve the culture, we fail. ReliabilityX provides the understanding, the education, awareness, change management, and facilitation services to help people get there.
Outstanding, outstanding. So that is the goal of the user conference, with George and that know-how and that experience to help educate folks to start to get out of the industry 2.0 of where we have exhausted maximizing and harmonizing our PM plans, where you can do all that you can with that, but now you're getting to a point of negative returns. Any effort, you're not going to get any improvement. So no matter how great our PM plans are, you still have failures. Things are still failing, and they're still at a rate that's unacceptable. So we have to start taking a look at what tools are available to us, the smallest incremental tools possible that would require the minimal level of effort to start, how to educate yourself and to start that process. DigitalThinker and Hexagon with what's the EAM solution to that. And these are solutions that have been in the product for years, because with Kevin and the team and the product management team and the direction, they've always developed 10 years ahead of where we are. So think about that for a moment. The product was developed 10 years ahead of the current market. That means that if they stop development today, you could still grow into the product for another 10 years to take you well into the 3.0 space of maintenance maturity. Now there's 4.0 and developed 4.0, started with the digital twinning, right? Now that's already extended. This product's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And we hope that more and more folks grow into that product and start making the right moves in their maintenance maturity. Kevin, anything to add to that?
You're spot on. When we tend to develop a platform like EAM, which had its first line of code way back in 1986, back when we all had different kinds of hair, including a long mullet of myself that I wouldn't want to comment on. But when we were thinking about what we could do back then, it was really reactive, because we just wanted to react to a problem that we found, right? A computerized maintenance management system does that. There's a lot of them that are out there. Heck, you can do some of that on Excel. But we didn't want to be there. So we started investing it further. We got into preventative maintenance. We got into more time-based, hour-based. Then we started getting into condition-based, and the ideas around EAM popped up. And in 2001, we took the application to the web, and we went to multi-tenant, and we started doing this thing called SaaS, which not a lot of people knew at the time, but it helped out because they didn't want to manage databases and stuff. And then we kept moving on to integrations. We knew condition analysis. We did reliability-centered maintenance. We did a bunch of different types of ways to understand the condition. And with Hexagon, we now have a lot of sensor controls. We have a lot of ways to be able to capture not only the condition of the asset, but the physical look of it. We have tools that can go out and scan laser, LiDAR, radar. We have things that can infer large data sets and do machine learning on what we have experienced in EAM and build it through, because what we're developing now is a platform that's going to be there, just as you said, 10, 12, maybe 15 years down the road. Technology changes fast, but the foundations for developing an asset management takes a lot of discipline, like ReliabilityX, like a DigitalThinker. To be able to build that house, you need asset registry. You need to understand what risk is and get everybody on the same page of it. And what we're trying to develop is the tools to facilitate that, which was what we've always done. As we start to look to the future, we're looking at 4.0. We're looking at what 5.0 can be. We're looking at where 6.0 can be. We may not get there immediately, but the idea is we want to get ahead of the game. So that way, when we have our customers go through, they can move at their own pace. They can use folks like yourselves to have success built on success, so that a system can stay forever. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Love it.
It's like,
Larry, what can someone who, I guess, who is this conference for, and what can they expect?
All right. So We are, it was unique in the way that we're inviting Hexagon partners, consulting firms, but it's also unique in the way that we are actually have three audiences that we are inviting to this. One is the EAM, the existing EAM user base that are customers of the product. Also, Hexagon owns MP2, which is a CMMS based system, and it's CMMS based, and it does not have the features of EAM for asset performance and asset management. So we want to introduce and provide a clear matrix of what those folks are missing out on. The third component is the reliability folks from, George, from your world. We love those folks. They're in this. They understand it. They've taken those first steps. So we hope that a couple of things can happen is through a little synergy is that they're coming in with some experience. They're learning some new things that maybe if they're not even a Hexagon customer, they can go ask their product person, hey, does this even exist? It gives them new thoughts as well, right? Because it's all this iterative learning, right? We can only handle so much at a time. We hope it's small incremental steps. We want to keep it that way, right? So we can manage things. Even as a project manager, as a consultant, and actually as a user and as a former maintenance person, when somebody says, "Oh, we're going to start this reliability program," well, that's a project and it's a big ball of wax. And the only way to actually manage a project is to break it down into the smallest manageable tasks with the minimal effort. And then now, how do we manage and assign that task? How do we check the results of that task? And then what is our next step? So that is where we're taking this to, what we hope to help folks out with. And they can show us even some of their tricks of the trade too that have come in, because we do have experienced EAM users that are on this maintenance journey well into 3.0. They will come in and share their knowledge with their sessions as well. They will have stand-up sessions. So we will get user stories, and there'll be a nice cross-pollination between the three groups.
I think it's a great opportunity for folks that either want to be on the cutting edge of what HxGN EAM provides, or potentially they're already users, but they don't necessarily have complete adoption, or they're not fully utilizing, and they want to hear other people's stories and what their challenges are and how they've done things. And then potentially you're in the market for a CMMS and you have no idea or in EAM, and you have no idea what it's supposed to do.
Right,
and so
yeah.
come see what best in class looks like, and then go, before you start making this arbitrary list that IT gives you where, they have no background in it, come see what best in class looks like so you can press the issue and make sure that you get a system that can handle what you expect from it.
Yes.
Awesome. Kevin, any final words?
No, you can't really replace the birds of a feather conversation. Everyone's gone through asset management. They're going through it in different ways. It's a great opportunity to really disconnect from your day-to-day and get in an environment of people that are going through some of the same struggles, facing the same opportunities, looking at the same technology, and looking at the different ways that those people have progressed gives them an idea of where they can go. So anytime we can participate in something like this, we want to be all in, because it's a great way to be able to grow the entire ecosystem around asset management. So we're looking forward to it.
Excellent. Larry, where do people find out more information about this amazing conference?
We will have more information coming out on LinkedIn. So very soon in the coming weeks, towards the middle to the end of November. So we will, and then they can also find it through your LinkedIn post and your usual chains of communication. And then Hexagon also will be sharing this through their normal social media channels as well.
You bet.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. This has been amazing. I'm so excited to be a part of this amazing event. We're going to do an awful lot to help this community, and my organization and your organizations love to give back. That's why it's structured the way it is. And so this is going to be a really special event. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to the event.
Awesome. So for Larry Spring and Kevin Price, I'm George Williams. Go make tomorrow better than today.